Hello again, this is William with Patriot Containers. This is going to be my fifth video titled How to Buy a Cargo Shipping Container. A briefing on me. I've been selling containers for 12 years. 12 years ago, I worked for two horrible companies that never did anything right for the customers. Nothing. I mean, it was horrible. But I learned how to correct it. 10 years ago, I've started my own business. The way I have a method of how to create a happy customer. It's very easy. 90% of cargo containers cannot do this. If you tell somebody the truth, if you show up on the right day for delivery, and then show up with an actual good used and good new container, you didn't just make a sale, you made a customer. And that customer, once the container shows up, is going to realize, wow, William at Patriot Containers did everything right and nothing was misleading. And I love my container and it was sold to me correctly. I've made a customer. That person will always call me back. And then when somebody sees that container, they'll go, hey, where'd you get that thing? Oh, William at Patriot Containers. So I've been doing this for 10 years on my own. Now, in that 10 years, I only have 3 complaints. And the most common thing about those 3 complaints is, those 3 complaints, they never bought a container from me. They're from people that never bought, they're not really customers. So are they a competitor, or were they just an angry person that I talked to on the phone? And maybe they were mean to me and maybe I was mean back. My mom gave me this mug. It says, "You're my favorite asshole." I'm an asshole because I'm brutally honest about what I tell people. I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal. I'm a brutally honest guy. And I'm not here to deceive anybody. In fact, this video is going to be so back to that. And I've even been called the container asshole, and that's great. Badge of honor, because I'm honest and I'm not here to rip you off. So back to these videos. My first video was choosing a container seller. The second video was different container conditions, which goes into a description of what these containers are truly called from the shipping lines that sell to us companies and what that means. The third video was common sales pitches and lies, which is, again, I worked for these companies. I've called these companies. I get to listen with what customers are being told. Still to this day, in 10 years, I am shocked by the information that these companies are telling you guys. I'm just like, what? These people are telling you this? And the fourth video is protect yourself and do not sign contracts. If you watch all these videos, it's going to help you make the right decisions to protect you as a customer from buying from these companies that have created what I call borderline criminal legal scams, even though they do deliver a product. But it's kind of like these companies that you guys are buying from. And I've never, in 10 years, this has gotten really bad lately. So in 10 years, these companies are doing everything it takes to protect themselves, but screw you over as a customer. I find that to be wrong. I really do, and I'm passionate about it. I started my business because I used to work for companies like that, and I do not run my business that way. I sell with the truth, and I provide a real service. The title of this video is, what day is your container going to arrive? So let's say you make it through choosing a seller, make it through what container you want. You're already aware of sales pitches and lies, and hopefully you didn't sign a contract that has cancellation fees and restocking fees. What day is your container going to arrive? Well, all these companies with salespeople, that salesperson doesn't know. The salesperson can't call the driver. So on their social media, it'll say, call me for the month of May. We have free rush delivery. All containers will be delivered in the next day. It's not possible. It's just not possible. If that sales rep sold 20 containers that day, I'm not God, I don't know the answer to this, but I don't believe one container would be delivered the next day. Maybe one, but none of the other containers would have been delivered the next day. I've read all the complaints on these companies, and these companies take 1 to 3 months to deliver. I've seen their social media. Month of May, every sale that we make will have free 2-day rush delivery. Nope, not gonna happen. It's just not possible. So it's like you guys are buying from all these companies that are like literally just lying about everything in the beginning to close you. They don't treat you as a customer, they treat you as a sale. That's the big difference here. What I was explaining in the beginning of that, like if you do everything right, you've created a customer. If you do everything wrong, you've made a sale. So that salesperson I don't even believe these salespeople care about the company they work for, and they don't care about you as a customer. They only care about commissions. So I've seen some of these invoices and these contracts and stuff. And so let's say they don't have free rush day for 1-day delivery or 2-day delivery, but over the phone, they're going to tell you they have 7 to 10 days delivery. Well, if you're a smart customer, you should go ask, well, what day is that? They can't answer that question. And if they do, they're most likely lying. They don't know what day your container is going to arrive. I think you should know. I think you really should know. I feel like some of these videos actually teach these companies how to do it, but I'm going to say it anyways. I think that salesperson should make a sale. And I think somebody at the company should hop on the phone with a driver same day and actually get that delivery date logged in onto a schedule, and then call the customer on the same day and say, hey, look, we just made a sale. We're calling you because we need a delivery date as soon as possible. And nine times out of 10, it's not going to be delivered in 7 to 10 days. Their paperwork says 10 to 20 business days. Well, 20 business days is 28 days. But if you read all these complaints on these customers that I'm trying to warn you about, they take 1 to 3 months to deliver a container. That's insane. It just means that they don't know what they're doing. They're probably focused on selling so much that they cannot provide a real service. So I try not to toot my own horn here. I'm just a good, honest guy that really is passionate about with what I do. I own my own business. I care about my customers. I used to work for crappy companies. I don't want to become a bad company in order to be successful. These companies that are ripping you guys off are very successful. I mean, they're successful at a foolproof way of protecting themselves and screwing customers over legally, I guess. I think if any attorney general in the state was to look into these companies, they might be shut down. They really would. Everything they're telling customers is a lie. So yeah, if you order from me, I can hop on my phone and go, hey, so and so driver, what day is my customer's container going to arrive? Oh, William, we can deliver it on this day. Does that day work for you? Yeah, great. Or no, it doesn't work. Well, what other day can we do it on? And it's really easy. But it's easier for me because I run my own business and I don't have any employees doing anything for me. So that's the problem with these other companies. They got sales reps all over the United States telling you guys lies and false information in order to make a sale. And when you do that, there's a reason why they have the most complaints, is because everything you were told was false. But to keep this on topic of having your container actually scheduled, or what day is your container, most of these companies, they don't know. That's why they can't commit to a day. But once they do commit to a day that your container is supposed to be there, and they don't show up, they don't call you either and say, hey, sorry, we know there was a mistake or something. We're not coming today, or it's just, I've read all these complaints, and I can't believe they run an operation that actually does this to their customers. Let's say you have to drive 5 hours to a remote location where it's out in the middle of nowhere, where you own like 100 acres or something. It's not going to your house, and then you drive 5 hours. And you're there the night before, or you're there early in the morning, and all day you're waiting, and no container arrives. So at the end of the day, you call the company you ordered from, and they go, "Oh, sorry, sir, a forklift broke down. We'll show up tomorrow." Okay, now you have to stay out there another day or get a hotel. And when tomorrow comes, same thing. No call, no container. "Sorry, sir, the truck broke down, or there's a hydraulic problem," or whatever. I mean, I don't believe these lies that people are telling you. They know a container is not arriving, and they did that to you on purpose. If I had a container, a customer that was scheduled, and my driver calls me and goes, "Hey, William, man, I just got a flat tire. I'm on my way to pick up the container, or the container's already loaded, and I got a flat, I got to fix it." I'm on the phone with you within 5 seconds to tell you, "Hey, my driver just got a flat. We're going to either deliver this tomorrow, or we'll still try to make it this day, but I'm not going to leave my customers hanging like these other companies do." And again, I don't want to sit here and toot my own horn. I'm just trying to make these videos on how to expose these crooked companies that can't do anything right, and everything they're telling you guys is lies. Let's say you've had 5 different delivery dates and 5 different excuses of why they didn't get a container. I read also complaints about these container companies that sell crappy containers, and they go, "Oh, we're sorry. We sent the driver there, but there was no good containers for you, so we just left." That's a bullshit lie. Total bullshit. They number one, they sell crappy containers anyways. I just don't think they had your containers scheduled. I don't understand with why they can't process an order correctly. This has been going on for probably far longer than I've been in this business, because I used to work for companies like this 12 years ago. That's why I know every in and out of all these problems that they have with their customers. I know with what they purchase. It's never ending, and they always have these like loophole sales pitches to close you. And free next day delivery, free 2-day delivery. We deliver in 7 to 10 days, but on our invoice it says 10 to 20 business days. And it's like, well, what's the truth? It's the whole point of this video. What day is my container being arriving? And they're not telling you the truth. And you guys need to read these complaints on these companies before you buy. This is the 5th video on how to buy a container. I hope you pick the right seller. I hope you pick the right condition. I hope you know when they're lying to you. And I hope you've not signed a contract that gives them the rights to keep a cancellation fee or a restocking fee. And I hope you have paid in a way where you can get your money back. Because me personally, if I bought from a company and then everything after your order, like how do I say this? Some of these companies, they act like angels. From the time you call, maybe 10 different calls before you get your order, but after your order, everything changes, and you're left hanging going, "Wait a minute, did I buy from the wrong company?" And then it almost seems like you're a customer before your order, but after your order, you're not a customer, because they got you. They got you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But if a container doesn't arrive, and you're like, "Man, I know they're lying to me." If you paid by Zelle or wire transfer, you can't get your money back unless they give it back to you. But then they're going to charge you, because you signed a contract or it says it on their website that they have cancellation fees and restocking fees. You're going to lose minimum of $1,000 right there. So it's just a weird business that these companies are getting completely out of control. And you know what's funny is I'm making these videos to help potential customers that are looking for a container. I don't think people looking for a container know about any of this. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. I mean, I sell 20 pound or 20-foot, 5,000-pound cargo containers. I sell 40-foot, 8,000-pound cargo containers. And 12 years ago, there's always crappy companies. But these crappy companies are actually getting worse. And it's making it hard for the honest guy that wants to do everything right to compete, because of everything these companies are telling you is a lie. Not 100% of everything, but a lot. And I just think that these companies are putting you as a customer last, and they protect their company, they protect their sales reps, they protect their employees, and they will not lose a penny on you. They won't. They won't. They don't care. You are a commission and you are a sale. That's it. I want to be fair here. I do think that some of these companies, they might get something right every once in a while. But when you read these complaints of what they've done to their customers and the junk that they sell, the time frame of how long it took to get there, all the lies the customer was told, everything that the customer was told was false. It's just amazing that sales in this industry has gotten this bad. It's bad. It's so bad. I mean, they don't honor their warranties unless you think JB Weld is a warranty. But JB Weld ain't going to fix the whole container. It's going to fix maybe a little tiny hole. And it might not even fix it forever. It's going to fix it for however long up until it leaks again. These companies are purchasing lower class damaged as is junk, and they're telling you the truth about they're not telling you the truth about it. They're overselling junk, and they're overselling their deliveries. That's the topic of this video. Is what day is my container going to arrive? Well, here's my sales pitch. You call me, I'll hop on the phone, my driver will tell you the exact day it's going to arrive. That's it. And then as long as it doesn't rain like crazy, I'll be there. And I'll show up with a good used container and tell you 100% the truth. I'm so truthful, I'm an asshole about it. And you wear that as a badge of honor. You want to call an angel sales rep? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And, oh, we'll do this and this and this and this and this. And then come to find out they've done nothing. Maybe that angel is a demon. You know, I just don't believe these companies anymore. They're out to get you. All you are is a commission. All you are is, a sale. That's it. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching my videos. I hope these videos find you before you purchase your order. If you've purchased from some of these companies, leave a comment and say, hey, man, everything you're saying is spot on. I'm starting to get people that are seeing these videos and going, hey, man, William, everything you're saying is spot on. This happened to me. I'm not lying to you guys. This is how this industry is. It's just rare to find a company like myself that delivers good containers, used and new. I don't deliver lower class junk and then oversell it to my customers. If I did, they would complain all the time. I deliver on the right days and I tell people the truth. That's it. You want to buy a piece of crap, junky container? I'm going to tell you it's junky and I'm not going to sell it to you. These people are going to tell you it's the nicest thing ever and you're going to get it in one day. Not going to happen. All right, guys, have a great one. Today's the 13th, Tuesday. Title of this video was, what day is your container going to arrive? These companies have no clue, and it's most likely when they give you the delivery date, 9 times out of 10, it ain't showing up on that day. And they have a perfect excuse of why. Hopefully you don't believe their bullshit. So, all right, guys, have a great one. Bye.